My name is Eliezer, and I am Abraham's faithful servant. I am about to share with you 4 strategies I used to find a good wife for Isaac, Abraham's son. So, if you are finding a spouse or you need ideas to make your marriage a happy one, listen as I reveal the 4 top secrets that I used. Finding a good spouse is one of the most important decisions that anybody will ever make, but if you follow these lessons, you'll be well on your way to finding that right person who will love you, cherish you, and support you for the rest of your life. Now let's get started. My name is Eliezer, and I was Abraham's faithful servant. I had been with him for many years, and he trusted me with all that he had. Abraham was old and his wife, Sarah, had passed away. He was worried that Isaac would marry a Canaanite woman, and that his descendants would stray from the path of God. One day, Abraham called me and said, "I am old now, and I know that it is time for my son Isaac to marry, but I do not want him to marry one of the Canaanite women here. I want him to marry a woman from my own family, from my father's house." He then made me swear an oath that I would find a wife for Isaac from among his relatives. He said, "If you cannot find a woman who is willing to come back with you, then you will be free from your oath." This condition was important because it showed that Abraham was not trying to force me to find a wife for Isaac at all costs. He wanted me to do my best to find a wife who would be a good match for Isaac and who will be willing to go back with me to Canaan. I was hesitant at first. I knew that it would be a long and difficult journey to find a wife for Isaac in my homeland, but I also knew that I had to obey my master. So I set out on my journey with 10 camels and a large entourage of servants. When I arrived in Nahor, Abraham's homeland, I went to a well in Nahor, where eligible maidens usually come to fetch water, and I waited. I prayed to God for guidance, saying, "O Lord, God of my master Abraham, please guide me in this task. Show me the woman who you have chosen to be Isaac's wife." Just then, a young woman came to the well with a pitcher on her shoulder. Her name was Rebekah, and she was the daughter of Bethuel, Abraham's nephew. She was very beautiful, and she seemed to be kind and gentle. I asked her for a drink of water. Rebekah, a kind and generous soul, not only quenched my thirst, but also offered to draw water for my camels. A selfless act, a virtue shining brighter than the desert sun. In that moment, my heart whispered. I sensed a divine spark, and I knew right away that this was the woman that God had chosen for Isaac. She was kind, hardworking, and she had a good spirit. I told her about my mission, and she agreed to go back with me to Canaan to marry Isaac. When we arrived at Abraham's house, Isaac was overjoyed to see Rebekah. They fell in love immediately, and they were married soon after. I am so grateful to God for leading me to Rebekah. She is a wonderful wife for Isaac, and she has brought great joy to our family. I learned many lessons from this experience, and I would like to share some advice with the people of the world today about finding a good spouse. 1. Pray to God for guidance. He knows the heart of every person, and He will lead you to the right partner for you. And when you pray, it is important to trust in God to lead you. He knows what is best for you, and He will help you to find the right person. 2. Look for a woman who is kind, compassionate, and virtuous. These qualities are more important than beauty or wealth. Look beyond the surface. Seek qualities of kindness and generosity in a partner. This will help to ensure that your marriage is filled with love and joy. 3. Look for someone who shares your values and beliefs. You will be spending the rest of your life together, so it is important to be on the same page about the important things. This will help to ensure that you have a strong foundation for your marriage. 4. Get to know the woman's family. They will play an important role in your life, so it is important to make sure that they are good people. If you are looking for a good life partner, I encourage you to follow my advice. Trust in God. Look for someone who shares your values, and look for someone who is kind and compassionate. If you do these things, you will be well on your way to finding a wonderful spouse. Remember, true love often reveals itself in selfless acts. More importantly, never underestimate the impact of faith and prayer in matters of the heart. Trust that the journey to find a life partner is guided by forces beyond our understanding. May your quests for love be as blessed as my journey to finding Rebekah, the Isaac's beloved.